It's Vlogmas!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
What's up, K&BGang?
Welcome back to our channel.
Today we are going to be doing 20 things that you need to hear before you turn 20 years old. And these are things that they do not tell you in school, that your family may or may not tell you. I know my family didn't tell me all of these. Some of these I had to learn the hard way. But I'm not gonna let y'all learn the hard way. I'm gonna give you the spiel. We're gonna go back and forth, just naming things. We wrote these all down earlier and we have them saved in a notepad. Let's start. Number 1, you do not need college to be successful. Let's say that right now. You do not need college to be successful. Yes, you can go to college. It may help you get a better job, but you don't need it.
You don't need to go to college to get a high-end paying job or find something with a high income. You don't need a degree. The second thing is you need to love yourself before you love someone else. That trauma bond stuff is real. You can't try to love somebody when you don't love yourself or when you're broken, because you'll never love them to the full potential.
You gotta love yourself enough to say enough is enough and walk away. You be seeing these posts like, oh, I'm leaving if my man is cheating on me, or I'm leaving, da 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 da. But then you won't actually know unless you're in that situation in your trauma bond. It's a lot harder to leave than you think it is. If you love yourself enough, you'll know that you're strong enough to just say. There's plenty of other people out there. The third thing is that 90% of the people that you're friends with in school right now will not matter. I had a couple good friends in high school and middle school, and I don't talk to none of them. I got 3 friends.
I don't talk to none of them either. And actually, I had a friend for a long time, for like 15 years. And me and this individual cut contact with each other. Like, the time limit doesn't matter on a friendship or anything.
You're still growing and changing, and so are they. You guys are on 2 separate paths. Like, yeah, you guys are friends, but you guys each have your own destiny, and sometimes you grow out of those people. And that doesn't mean that you hate them or anything. It just means that you outgrew them and it's on to bigger and better things.
The fourth one is that boy you're worried about right now probably won't even cross your mind. There's moments when you're young and you think that the world is ending and it'll never get better and it's like your whole world is ending. A few weeks from that, you get over it. Like, when you're older, you don't think about those things ever again. Like, so many meltdowns I've had and like things I've like over exaggerated and I was like so sad about. I thought I had my heart broken.
It was not even close. You may have a lot of love for this person, but you are not in love. The 5th one is that it is better to have one real friend than take fake friends. All the people that I'm friends with in high school are not my friends except one of them. And she didn't even go to my school. Like, the people from my high school, I don't talk to them. They don't talk to me. They were my friends and they're still cool people. Keep one real friend.
I would rather one real friend just because it's so much less messy. Especially like when you're a female and you have a group of female friends, there's always going to be those 2 people that end up arguing or something happens and the circle breaks up, or 3 people start hanging out and leave one person out.
It just gets too much.
Number 6 is that it's okay to move in with your friend under certain circumstances. And I say that because we live together, right? But we're also adults. We also had a plan before we got here. We had to plan out everything from saving to how are we going to do it, like month to month, figuring everything out. Before we even left Germany, we had everything planned. And I came here first to make sure everything was going to go right. So it takes a lot of planning. When you're moving in with somebody too, you need to know, can you trust that person? And can you trust them like in the house with your belongings? You know, like you don't want somebody who's gonna like touch your things or steal from you. Or how would you feel like if I went in your room every day and like wore your socks? And then like you go to get a pair of socks and you're like, what the hell, where are my socks?
The 7th one, you need to start saving in a high yield savings account right now. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $50, $100, I don't care. High yield savings account is good. That's what I use. It would give me like $5 extra in there, $10 extra, and it goes based off how much you have in there.
The percentage on it matters.
You can open one of these accounts with Citibank, Capital One, and American Express.
Number 8 is make sure that you continue to show love to your family. Because when you move out and you're in the adult world on your own, you're going to miss them.
You might say that you don't like your little brother or your little sister. I used to always say that, but now that I moved out, I guess I miss them or whatever. And they watching this, so I miss y'all or whatever. As soon as you get a job and you start knowing how much you're making, apply for credit cards young. You can buy small things like fill up your gas tank, buy your makeup, whatever you want, stuff small, and then pay it off in full. You can apply for credit cards at Capital One and Discover. I currently use the Discover one. It's been working pretty good for me.
I use Credit One Bank and they're pretty good. They're pretty fast with making your amount higher on it.
They push it over to the credit bureau and stuff, so that way it can raise your credit. You don't have to worry about any of that. It does it by itself. And Discover, you can get cash back on like groceries and gas and stuff like that. So.
Number 10 is gonna be living for anyone except yourself. Say that because your life matters and it's yours. You should be doing what you do for you. Things that you think are fun. You do your makeup and hair how you want it. Don't worry about what other people think or say or do. You just be you, and when you're yourself, you attract the right people. When you're trying to be something that you're not, you attract people that you're not. You end up in like a spiral that you can't get out of. When you embrace yourself and when you start living for you is when the universe will give back to you. You, who you really are, here and there.
Number 11 is do not let fear get in the way of you trying something new.
You know, if we did that, we wouldn't be here making this video.
Yeah, I was scared. I was like, dude, I don't know.
Do we post this? Are people gonna like us?
And then I'd be posting stuff without makeup on, and I'd be like, eee.
It's hard to like filming and posting raw footage of yourself. Like you never know what people are gonna say or think or anything. You don't even know if people are gonna watch it. Like you don't know, but we're really here just to leave our mark on the world and give our advice and speak our word and be just like Katiee and Bree.
This is like not as inspirational as hers was, but when I was younger, I didn't like to do stuff. I didn't like to go bowling. I didn't go go-karting. I didn't do the bumper cars. I didn't do freaking ice skating, snowboarding and stuff. I never did all that. And then I got older and all these people are like,
Hey, do you want to go roller skating? Hey, do you want to go go-karting?
I'm like, I've never been, and you guys been like 1,000 times. We didn't do that growing up. Bowling, I can count how many times on my hand I've been bowling. I didn't do all that stuff because I was scared. Now it's like, well, I want to do all this stuff, but it's not as exciting because everybody else has already done them. So just do it when you're young and just get out the way.
Number 12. Number 12. Accept failure. You are going to fail. You're going to fail 100 times. You're going to fail over and over. You're going to fail people. You're going to fail at relationships. You're going to fail life in general. And that is okay. But you have to accept it to win. You can't win if you don't accept your failures because you're not learning. Once you learn and you accept it is when you'll start winning and things will start to go better.
And keep this in mind. For every no you get, you're one step closer to a yes. Number 13. You do not have to have everything figured out. Hello? You do not need to have everything figured out. I am 24 and I still don't have half my life figured out, if I'm being completely honest.
But we're learning. We're learning as we go. We're learning YouTube. We're learning new makeup stuff. We're learning how to cook for ourselves. We're learning how to properly do our own laundry living together. We're learning how to budget. We're learning how to work adult relationships into our lives. We're learning how to keep adult friendships.
One thing that I don't tell you, adult friendships are hard as hell. Hard as hell. You do not have to have everything figured out. It's okay if you don't. Take it one day at a time. Start planning as you go, but don't sit there and try to plan your whole life in one night. For example, me and Katie used to work at a home care place, and they were supposed to be giving us $2,000 each. So we were planning on getting $4,000 after we reached 90 days or however many days it was. I never got the $2,000 because I didn't have an active client at the time. Even though I was just reaching out and asking for clients, they didn't give me one. So I didn't get any money at all. And Katie here,
I only got $300. I set up a 401k through them and they didn't tell me that I apparently already have one. They gave me $700 in total. They didn't give me the $2,000 either. They said I fell in the bracket of 0 to 22 hours worked, which is you only get a certain amount of the bonus. They took half and put it in one 401k. They took the other half and put it in another 401k, and then I got the leftovers from that.
So that threw us for a loop. Did we figure it out? We did.
Yep.
But we are still recovering from not having $4,000 like we were told.
So be careful also when you guys are like finding jobs and getting into working. Make sure you read the fine print of some jobs and some companies. They will try to pull you over. They will try to get you and you'll be signing like a contract or something that you have no clue that you're signing. You need to be careful with jobs. Like our previous job, when I asked them about the sign-on bonus, they told us it was in the paperwork when we first got the job. They had never mentioned any requirements or anything. But if you do flip back to the paperwork, it is there very vaguely.
They got us.
They got us.
They did.
Number 14 is take care of your mental health. Your mental health is so important. I've been somebody who has struggled with mental health for as long as I could remember. Back in middle school, it was hard. Then becoming a teenager, and then a young adult, and then a real adult, like especially as a female, it's hard.
The girl time depression, crazy. Like,
Yeah.
why am I crying at 2 a.m? Because the ugly duckling felt ugly.
You know, going to counseling and going to therapy is 100% okay. More people than you probably actually know go. Anybody, down to even like famous celebrities and millionaires, people that have their whole lives like figured out and have everything they want. And you think that they would be happy and living great. And those are the people that struggle the most.
If you or someone you know is struggling, go ahead and call this number right here to go ahead and get some help. We love you and stay strong. Number 15, and I cannot preach this enough. Trust your gut. Trust it. That's all I need to say. Trust your gut. You will know, and you're most likely not wrong. I've been right every single time. It's crazy, but it be knowing, and you'll know when it's that gut feeling, like, ooh, you're just like, something's telling me, and it's like starts adding up and stuff, and you're like, I just cracked the code.
Number 16, and this is one that I'm literally figuring out right now. Like, I'm literally going through this right now. Your dreams are not going to be handed out to you. Like, you have to work so hard and grind every day and really, really want it. You have to have that passion, that motivation, that drive to really want it. Me and Bree are going so hard with YouTube right now. We have so many awesome videos planned, so much new content, so many new people, so many new places. We want to do all this for you guys and take this farther and be able to make better videos. You know, like, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to get you guys to trust us and build a family, but that's what we want here.
We're willing to put in the work if you guys just come along with us and see where this takes us. Number 17. This is the best you'll probably ever look, because this is also the youngest you'll ever be. So you have to make sure to love yourself. Give yourself that skincare, that self-love, because this is the youngest you'll ever be. Your skin is still pure, your hair is growing.
Yeah, make sure you're confident. Make sure, you know, you show off who you are and really wear it, because, you know, you're only getting older from here. Don't get any younger.
No.
Enjoy it. Like, live it, be it, do it. Number 18, long term really isn't that long when it comes to goals. There's not a time limit for goals. You set a goal, and however long it takes you to reach it, that's just part of your journey. 4 years could easily fly by before you even realize it. We've been out of Germany and in the States for almost a year now. It does not feel like a year. I got out of the military in March. It will be a year coming up that I've been out of the army. This time last year, I looked completely different. I talked completely different. I dressed completely different.
Number 19, life is too short. Just forgive and forget. Life's too short. Why are you holding grudges on Cynthia, who beat you up when she was 6 years old? You're about to turn 20 and you're worried about Cynthia because she was 6. Let's say you're forgiving somebody. You don't have to bring them back into your life. You can forgive them and still let them go. To keep that peace on your mind, like, okay, I forgive you, but I don't want you back in my life, respectfully.
Number 20, the last one. You're still young, like, slow down. Don't rush it. Just let life take its course, you know, like, when you're younger and you, like,
I can't wait to be an adult. I can't wait to be old enough to do those things. Like,
no, slow down. Like, just wait. Your time will come. When you're young, it's hard, like, especially, like, adolescent mind frame, like, actual children age. It's hard to think about those kind of things because you're a kid, you're not going to. You know, as you become a teenager and all, just live those years, just enjoy it. So many high school moments I missed. Didn't care, I wasn't thinking about it.
I moved out a year ago. I've tried to move out when I was younger and I moved back in a week later. That's a story time for another day. Moving out at 23 was, I think, the right choice for me. Like, yeah, it's still kind of hard, and sometimes I would be like,
if I was at my parents' house, I wouldn't have to deal with this right now.
it's like, I want to be on my own. I like living here. I like being with my friends. We don't really have rules, so yes, it is cool. But wait until you're ready. This is something my parents told me. They told me,
If I move out, do not expect to come back in.
if you move out and you're not ready and your parents tell you that, and then your landlord comes and tells you that you got 60 days to get out, where are you gonna go? On your friend's couch? For how long? Because eventually they're gonna get tired of you leeching on them.
A few moments later.
So that was 20 things you need to know by 20. We gave you guys some insight on what they don't tell you. Make sure you guys really, really pay attention to all the advice we gave you. Those are things that we had to experience ourselves and learn ourselves to be able to share with you guys. Nobody told me how hard the transition was gonna be coming from Germany back to the States or getting out of the military back into regular life. Mine is different than Bree because I did live on my own. I moved out at a very young age, wasn't home at a very young age. That goes with you need to have your own self-discipline. Those 20 things that we just taught you will help you learn how to have self-discipline. Once you grasp all that knowledge, it will really, really benefit you in the end.
Comment down below if you want us to drop a part 2. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys give it a big fat like. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Sorry.
And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also make sure you hit that bell button to be notified every time we post. Bye guys.